Carey. You touched on some very interesting dynamics there with your afloat platforms, et cetera. You want to highlight one of those?
We're making some good progress there, but the real success story for us, I mentioned it earlier, is the Unclass collaboration platform, which is where we kind of started this journey. Uh,
Hmm.
it's been out there in the press a few times. We called it Flank Speed. I will say it was a name we thought was not going to stick around for a long time, but unfortunately, sometimes they do stick. The
They
idea
just
behind
keep
a flank
sticking and
bell
they never get rid of them.
Yeah, the idea behind a flank bell is that it's unsustainable, right? And we were really moving fast, and we figured, okay, well, at a certain point, we'll slow down. Well, we haven't, and the reason is it's been so powerful. We started from a central platform, went really fast, but now we're starting to pull in data from across the entire environment. Chris mentioned integration. A number of folks have talked about the importance of integration of that data. What it really comes down to is that we stopped being network centric, and now everything is about the data itself and protecting that data. This platform we've got in place now allows us, it's based on that central flank speed architecture, but it's getting telemetry from all sorts of sources, not just Office products, not just from laptops and desktops and things like that. We're pulling in telemetry from pretty much anything out there on the Unclass network, over 500,000 users globally, and we are now actually starting to pull in some of that afloat data into that same platform. And it gives our operators the scale and the power to make true zero trust level access decisions based on the identity, based on location, based on timing, based on where what network the information is coming from and where it's going to. Literally granular level decisions that are, they make us more secure. But one of the most powerful effects here has been we're actually able to collapse networks that have been around, because in the past it was, well, I need my own separate network to defend my stuff. Well, we're not. That's not the defensive boundary anymore. Now we can defend down to the data, so we're able to get rid of a whole bunch of extra stuff that we really don't need anymore. Makes us more efficient and more secure at the same time, because we can prove that when people are requesting to access a piece of information or an application, right? So it's not just the network, it's the applications all the way down to the data. We can prove that the person who's asking for it is allowed to go see that. We have objective evidence that says this individual can see this thing, and we have records of who did what when at what time, and it's all happening in real time. So if we do have to go back and look at what happened, we have all that information now, and in the past it was harder to get. But more importantly, we've demonstrated to our user communities, some of whom are very adamant about the security of their information, even in the Unclass realm, that this works. And that ability, that confidence that we're gaining from the community has really helped us accelerate across the board and move on to some of these more challenging environments like afloat, like you talked about before. But we're also now looking at implementing the same thing at higher classification levels, where a lot of mission work is happening every day. So we're proud of where we've come, but we got a lot more work to do.